Hi, I'm Rosie.
Hi, I'm Kwan.
I'm Eureka.
Fanger, and this is our role play about the contemporary global health issues regarding HIV, AIDS, and obesity. Hope you enjoy. Oh, I'm so sick of this assignment.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey, Kwan. What are you up to? What's for dinner?
Nothing much, just this KFC.
Wow, you seem to be eating KFC quite a lot. Do you know what they use to cook that stuff? Let alone how fatty it is? Damn, you're so lucky to have a friend like me to inform you about this kind of stuff. KFC is actually one of the leading fast food outlets causing obesity all over the world.
Really? No, I didn't know that. Oh, this made me have thoughts. Like, I have heard a lot about obesity, but I have no idea about it. Like, can you tell me something about it? At least the cause of it?
Yeah, well, the main cause of obesity is caused by eating too much and moving too little. Or if you want to get technical, it arises from the chronic energy surplus compared to energy expenditure. It can also be a result of things like environmental, social, and cultural factors.
Does this have anything to do with like genetic inheritances? Like, I remember my cousin here, and he has mother who is a pest, and he also obese, but he did not eat much.
Well, it's funny you ask that. Obesity risk is actually 2 to 8 times higher for those with a family history of obesity as opposed to someone without a family history. Monogenic types of obesity is evidence that obesity can be caused by genetic mutations. Actually, this could explain your cousin's case, seeing as you said he doesn't eat that much, but he still seems to be overweight. You might want to get him to look into that. He could find his answers there.
Oh yeah, okay. This makes sense. Like, I got it now.
Oh.
But, how about the effect of it? Like, people usually say obesity is really severe, but I have no idea about it. Can you tell me something?
Well, look, before I tell you about the consequences of obesity, can you please put down that chip and those chicken wings over there? Maybe you can come and try some of my tuna salad that I made. Look, I know it doesn't sound too tasty, but these greens are beneficial for your health. Anyways, back to the point, obesity can actually have a serious impact on your health. Carrying around the excess fat, especially around your midsection, can lead to conditions such as stroke, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. These conditions can eventually lead to premature death. I know it's scary, right? Well, being overweight doesn't only stop there. It can also take a toll on our social and mental well-being because individuals that are obese, as you know, being overweight can also take a toll on our social and mental well-being because obese individuals tend to be more judged by society because of their size. I know this is quite rude, but hey, let's be real, that's the reality of the world that we live in. It's not a nice experience.
Wow, I haven't thought about it. Like, especially like the social aspect. Like, yeah. But thank you for answering. But at least less than me that last thing.
Fine. Just make sure you don't eat that in front of me.
Okay.
Hey, wake up!
Oh,
Hi!
hey Rosie! Damn, was I falling asleep? I was just working on finishing my strategies to take with me for the African HIV campaign.
Oh, lucky
Hey.
you. I came back from that campaign.
Yeah, I heard you
Africa.
just came back. Actually, you're just the person I want to speak to. I want to ask you about your knowledge and the and what like information you've gained about the issues of HIV in Africa.
So actually, it was a quite good experience, but it's also sad to see how many people are actually infected by HIV and AIDS in Africa. Yeah, but then after my knowledge, I can give you any information that you want.
That's great. Always sounds like quite a valuable experience you had. I heard that HIV infection rates in Africa are still very high. From your experience, what were the main causes of the disease?
So from my experience, there are 2 ways of causing the transmission of HIV. The first one, the dominant one, is the unprotected sex between men and women, and which then transmit onwards to the newborn babies. And the second one is the injecting drugs
I didn't know that. Wow.
Injecting drugs which accounts for 30% of
Yeah.
people infected in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
And because heroin is not likely to be afforded in Africa, so
Yeah.
they inject drugs by passing on the syringe,
Yeah.
which contains 3 to 4 milliliters of blood to their fellow users, which increase the probability of infections of HIV.
That's actually quite interesting.
Mm.
Another fact that I heard, don't
Mm.
quote me on this, but
Mm.
is it true that HIV is mainly caused by mother-to-child infections? Like, does the mother transfer it to the child, and how did it impact Africa as a whole?
So for what you say, I think it would be more likely to be the indirect way of causing the transmissions, because the first main cause is the unprotected sex between men and women. That's why it would be more like an indirect way.
Okay, I understand.
And HIV and AIDS
Mhm.
is actually having a lot of impacts on different factors of Africa, not only on the nation itself, but also on the economy. Yeah, like on the economy of Africa. So firstly, it's had impacted on the individuals, especially on their psychological mindset and their well-being, and also their health as well, since most of the women and children on the street, they are very open and very active to unprotected sex. They have like little knowledge, and their first experience was having sex with the prostitutes on the streets.
Wow.
And it is also impacted on the economy as well, because it widens the gap between available resources and also the demands for care, which impacts on the total health budgets of the developing countries, including Africa. And lastly, it has great impacts on the labor productivities, like first the loss of labor supply in
Yeah.
significant fields, for example mining field, which decreased from 60% to 10% in 15 years. So such a big
that's
loss.
crazy.
Yeah. So like
Damn.
the shortage of labor supplies, as well as the high infections of HIV, results in the low labor productivity. It's really sad
Yeah,
truth
that's
that
quite
there.
sad. Well, hey, I'm so glad that I bumped into you because, as you know, I'm also preparing to go. But when I do get back from Africa, hopefully we can exchange
Yeah,
our
of course we
experiences
do.
and knowledge
Mhm.
about what we've done in Africa in
Mhm.
regards to the campaign. Anyways, I'll let you get back to your notes and I'll see you around. Yeah.
Bye.
As you have heard from our role playing, obesity and HIV have become major health epidemic around the world. The statistics mentioned in the video were cited from the researchers Tools GIS 2013 on obesity and Butayab 2009 on HIV and AIDS. Thank you so much for listening.